May 4th update for the Highlander 998T build. A couple different things that I've gotten done. One that I was really concerned about, I finally got off my plate, is I got the plug done for the pod panel. This is just the base plate for it. It was pretty nerve-wracking. It was the first time I'd done it, but if you just follow the instructions, it actually works out pretty good. So the biggest problem I had is I've got a lot of really sharp corners and angles down in here. So I was really, and I put draft angles on everything. I was pretty concerned I'd have a hard time getting it off. And what I ended up doing was drilling a hole. This hole's, there's a big section here that gets cut out in my HDX screen. So drilling a hole in there was no problem. Drilled a small hole in there and just put some air to it and she popped right off, no problem. I may actually come back and reinforce this with these angles, and as deep as they are, I don't think I'm gonna have too much trouble with it trying to change shape or warp when I actually go to do it. So wish me luck on that, more to follow. What I did do though was I ordered some satin weave carbon fiber, which supposedly is really pliable and will get down in these grooves. We'll find out. So more to follow on that. The next thing I've got to do is I finally got what my headache rack is going to look like. This obviously is just a rough layup of it, but this is basically what the shape is going to look like. So I'm getting ready to make this out of wood so I can make a plug out of it. And I don't know if I'm going to pull a mold off of it or skin it. I may actually end up skinning this one and clear coat. One thing that somebody else out there may know, I haven't found any epoxy that says that it's UV protected. So I figure I'm probably going to end up spraying these with clear coat anyway, just to make sure I've got UV protection on them. So if I do a skinning on it, I can smooth that out and go to spray it. So more to follow on that. The other thing I need to get done, I got my avionics tray finally in and mounted where it's going to be mounted. I think that's going to work out great. The Kydex 4 cargo panels and this back panel are all in. These are removable. That just allows me access to my avionics tray, and then down below is my PDM. So that'll be quick access to both of those. I really like the way this turned out. The Kydex is pretty light. It's not, the bottom was 2 pounds. And I forgot to weigh this before I put it in, but I'm betting it's probably 1.5 pounds or so. So it did add a little bit of weight to it, but it is pretty tough. It seems like it's really hard to scratch. The way that I've got it made, the bottom panel, I went in and I made it where it could pop out if I need to remove the weight. I just take 2 screws out. If you look real close, you can see a seam down the center of it. That's actually taped on the back side. So you just take out 2 screws in the front, 2 screws in the back, you pick it up in the center, and it just folds right up and pulls out real easy. The other thing I've been working on is rib nuts. Got them just about everywhere. I could use the stainless steel. I put stainless steel. There was a couple places that I had to go aluminum just because of the tight fit, and aluminum was much easier to squeeze. Finally got some 5052. Big thank you to Jeff Scott. It never did come in, so I'm still waiting on the 5052 I ordered. But Jeff happened to have some. He saw my last video and let me know that he's got some, so I went over there and got that. Big thank you to Jeff on that. So just a little bit and I'll have the rest of my fuel system wrapped up. One thing that I did do, I had a 40 micron here. Talking to a bunch of different people on the forum, they thought that before the fuel pumps, 100 micron would be better, and then a 10 micron afterwards. So I will have a 10 micron that goes in after the fuel filters. The only other big news is I'm actually registered. I've got the plane registered now. It's 4570 Lima. And I'll show you later, but if you actually distort that, it basically spells out for stole. So I thought that was going to be kind of neat when I do it. Appreciate you watching, and I'll get you an update next week. Thanks.